So that makes me unique. I'm doing so many things. I'm not trying to be to others, but I'm doing so many things. I wake up in the morning, I do yoga, so I can go gym in the evening. So this is as TM Bhavna said about the meditation. Then it makes you improve. Yeah, this is the actual word I want. That it makes you improvement. It makes improvement in you. So on last 6 months I was trying to go to the gym. So I started do yoga in the morning. So it gives me courage to go in the gym, not the courage and consistency in the gym. So this is my favorite quote. Then never lose the spark that makes you unique. Thank you.
Thanks for the wonderful speech, Toastmaster Ankita. It was full of positivity and great message. Who wants to come next? Toastmaster Diya. So one more member with lot of well wishes. What is missing in your life? What is missing in your life, Toastmaster?
Diya.
Okay, so what is missing in my life? I think courage is something that I lack, and I think all of you can see it. I really think I need to work on my courage, and that I'm trying, but it is very difficult. As you see, if someone pushes me to come, I am here on stage. However, I am not able to make the first move on my own. One more thing I lack is consistency, like every day I decide that I will wake up tomorrow, I'll go for a walk, and then in the evening I'll work out at least half an hour, do some planks, do something at least. But again, what happens is my friends call me, I go out, then I eat momos, I eat noodles, I eat all the junk, and after wasting somewhat 1.5 to 2 hours, I come back home and my whole day is not at all productive. And then in the night also I feel that I should study, but then again I think that okay, next day I start with new day, new me, fresh everything, fresh beginnings. But that also doesn't happen. So yeah, courage and consistency are the two things that are missing in my life, and I need to bring them back. Yeah, and work on it.
There is only one thing I disagree with Toastmaster Diya. She said, as you can see, I lack courage. I see a lot of courage in you because when I was of your age, I was really, coming on stage was not possible at all. So you have a lot of it. You got a lot of courage. Who wants to come next? Yes, you can come.
How many photos?
So this is the last table talk.
What's the best decision you have ever made? Hi everyone, my name is Dheeraj and the topic given to me is what is the best decision I have ever made? I believe it's not about me. This topic would have come to anyone, and if I ask this question to anyone, decisions is not a one-time activity. Decisions is every day, every walk of the life, every moment since you started your maybe schooling and till you die. At every point in life, you have to take decisions. And I believe I have taken all those decisions right because some of those decisions have helped me being a better person and move in life. Some of those decisions were not correct, but I would not say those were wrong because even though those decisions were not correct, it helped me learn something new. And when I learned something new, it helped me to take my next decision better. So overall, I believe each of my decisions I've taken in life, I own it. I own the outcome of every decision which I have taken in my life, and everyone is blessed. Thank you.
So with that, I would like to conclude our table topic session for today. Over to you, Toastmaster.
What a wonderful and innovative session. So now I would like to call Toastmaster Rahul for table topic evaluators.
I think you should ask for the
We can start with journal evaluator. So I would like to call Toastmaster Sonu for Toastmaster Bhavna's evaluation. It's time for Anurag for journal evaluation.
What a wonderful meeting. I personally really appreciate it. Now, I would like to start. We are in the end of a meeting, and in the end, I would like to invite our evaluators. They are going to give their report about different three speeches that we have today. So, first of all, I would like to invite Toastmaster Sonu. She is going to evaluate Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag. Once Dalai Lama said that 15 minutes in a day, if you think that you are happy, for the entire day you will remain happy. This is what I myself practicing since last 2 years, and today I feel that every day I think that I am happy and I can become more happy. This is what Toastmaster Bhavna told us today. In her speech, she told about the benefits of yoga and meditation. Her speech title was Yoga Zen Tangled. The selection of the topic was fantastic, as this creates the curiosity as well as this tells us what the speaker is going to talk about. She told us that yoga is not only about your physical well-being, it's about your mental well-being as well as it is blending of your body, soul and heart. Everybody do agree with that. And whoever is doing the yoga and meditation, he is getting benefited by that. She told us that it is connecting very being of oneself. Means you are not looking happiness from someone who is other than you. You are looking happiness within yourself. Then if I talk about the delivery part, yes, I observed that stage movement was there. She was able to make the eye contact amongst us. Sitting here, I could see that she was able to move the audiences one by one. She was seeing in most of us eyes. In the beginning itself, she started asking with the question. It was not only one question, it was rapid fire of 3 questions, one after another. And with these questions, she was able to hook the audiences. And she was able to make that connect amongst all of us. This is one good way. Few recommendations that I have for our speech today. One is, somewhere I felt that she was talking about the yoga and her own energy level was little bit low, because if you are speaking about the yoga and meditation, I believe and I personally do feel that you should come up with full energy so that you can prove here that yes, you are talking about something that creates a lot of energy and connectivity. The second thing, whenever you are speaking about something that is yoga, meditation, at that time you should keep that note. If you are able to illustrate that with some exercise, then it will be like the audiences will be able to retain that. And the third one challenge for Toastmaster Bhavna or the speaker is next time whenever she comes for the speech, she just stamp up to the stage and will come up with full energy and show that those 5 to 7 minutes are her and she is with the full energy. With that, all the best to Toastmaster Bhavna.
What a wonderful evaluation by Toastmaster Sonu. Now, I would like to invite our next evaluator, Toastmaster Gaurav, to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Dipalji.
Life is short, and the moments we have are fleeting. Embrace them, cherish them, and share them with the people who matter most. Do you know who said this?
Dipanshu.
Yours truly, Dipanshu. So the objective of the objective of today's speech was the purpose for member to practice using a story within a speech or giving a speech that is a story. While sitting back there, I went to my childhood days when I used to play with my friends, have Maggie in my house with all of them. So I think there are three things which I really liked about Toastmasters, the Dipanshu's speech, and storytelling was the one. So he has achieved the objective of the speech, the story, set up conflict and the message. So he set it up very beautifully when he talked about momos, food, table tennis. They were talking too much with the friends. Good things makes you complacent. That was the point when the conflict came into the picture. When he talked about the therapy of Tiku and the accident of Chiku and his financial condition in the family. So that was the second thing. That was the second message which came in the story. The second thing which I really liked about Toastmasters Dipanshu's speech was the use of humor. In fact, can you recall the topic which he used? That itself was very humorous. So I recommend this to all of the Toastmaster speakers. Whenever you are putting any speech, use humor as one of your arsenal in your speech. And the third thing which I really liked about Toastmasters, Dipanshu was call to action. He talked about life is short, live the moment, being present is the most important thing in life. But every speech has some or the other recommendation. I have only one for him. That is, when Dipanshu was standing here, he was talking to the audience left, right and center, but it was only to the first two rows. While sitting back there, and I think Dheeraj would have also realized is that the eyes were just focused in the first two rows. So that's the only recommendation I have for Toastmaster Dipanshu. And in conclusion, next time, if yours truly Deepu can have better eye contact with the people sitting in the back with his strong storytelling skills, humor and call to action, I think Toastmaster Dipanshu is going to take this club and himself to unprecedented heights. Thank you.
What a great and detailed explanation from Toastmaster Gaurav. Now it's time to invite our third evaluator, Toastmaster Rhythm, to share evaluation of Toastmaster Harjinder.
What an incredible speech by Toastmasters Harjinder. His objective of the speech was sharing the mentoring experiences at MCDC. I think he has done a fantastic job starting his speech with a story. I think building a story, telling a story is something that by which you are able to engage the audience. Anyone is able to remember what was the story about? Right. This is the thing I want to point out that you still remember. That it was a story of Eklavya and a Dronacharya, and telling that how Eklavya was able to achieve his archery skill even in the absence just because of some dedication. And it was a story from the primitive era, and I think he have done a fantastic job. Coming to the pros and scope of the improvement areas. So I want to start with the pros. I think the eye contact was something that was good. You have I think followed a W approach wherein you were saying from left to right. So that was a good thing, and you are pretty much comfortable on the stage also. So that's a good part. I noticed a lot of hand gesture, like the archery, and chopping of his hands. So this is something you are able to, if you demonstrate hand gesture, you are able to engage the audience in a good way. He talked about few examples like Appleseed and some of its personal experiences. So it's a good way of communication and he was able to engage the audience. And so every speech have some of the, this speech was good, but it can be better. If you have worked upon some of the improvement areas, I think there was a aspect of engaging the audience that was something missing. Like you could have asked at least 1 or 2 questions. So your speech would have been better. Humor, you can add some humor in your speech. Then coming to facial expression, so I pretty much noticed that your expression was more or less same in the entire speech. You can add element of laughter and some of the hand gesture as well as some of the facial expression could work more. Vocal variety, although you have tried, I have noticed that there was a lot of vocal variety in your voice, but I think if you worked a little bit more on the vocal variety, so your speech could have been much better. So just to summarize, good start with a good body, and you have concluded the speech in a good way. I think if you could work on some of these areas of improvement, then you'll end up with a great speech. So that's it.
Now, all the speech evaluation is over. Now, I would like to invite our grammarian. But we also have a new thing we introduced a few months back. It's table topic evaluation. So we are also sharing evaluation. In table topic evaluation, he is going to share one commendation and one recommendation for each. What do you
Thank you, Toastmaster Arun. A very good afternoon, everyone. It is my immense pleasure to serve you as the table topic evaluator. I'll start with the first speaker, Toastmaster Manish. The topic was what makes a person beautiful. He added a personal story, so it was really relatable. He was very confident, smiling throughout his speech. One recommendation would be to take more time. You are having a lot of time. Next, moving on to speaker number 2, Toastmaster Tanmay. How you define success? He started with a question and he was very confident. But when you ask questions, there are possibilities that you will waste a lot of time. So in table topic, unless you don't have thoughts, don't have ideas, skip the questions that you ask to the audience, or just ask random questions. Do not expect people to answer one by one. Otherwise, you did really great, very confident speech. Next, moving on to guest Peter, a great attempt, and you actually did really great. It takes a lot of courage to come onto the stage and then you are given a topic and then speak on topic like it's really difficult, and you did really great. What you can do is that you can take a little bit more time to create the thoughts, and you can be a little bit loud because at the back I was not able to hear you properly. Otherwise, great speech. Next, moving on to Toastmaster Prithvi. Again, it was you were smiling throughout the speech. You again started with the question, the tricky business with asking questions. Again, you waste a lot of time. Unless you do not have thoughts, do not ask questions, and you directly jump on to the asking the questions. You should take maybe few seconds to think about the topic and then decide. Otherwise, great speech. Now moving on to Arushi. We all know that she is really confident, and the speech that she gives, like it is always a great speech. One recommendation would be to use this stage. You were at the single point and then giving the speech, and revolve the speech around the story so that it is very much relatable. Otherwise, it becomes really preachy kind of thing. So, add personal story, revolve around the story. It will be a great speech. Otherwise, you did really great. Now, coming to Toastmaster Dada Saheb, what do you dream about? Yeah, again a great attempt, and we could all see he is improving a lot. Again, you can add personal story, take a little bit more time to create the thoughts. Moving on to guest Gautam, you did really great. We know that you have some experience, so we expected a little bit more from you. Body language, you had a close body language, so you can work on that. Otherwise, great. Now we have Toastmaster Ankita. She did great. She shared the quote that her favorite personal quote, and it was great attempt. She took the reference from Bhavana's speech as well, and included yoga and everything. Again, you had close body language, so you can work on that. Now moving on to Toastmaster Riya. We cannot agree with her statement that she lacks courage. We all know that she has a lot of courage, and she was smiling throughout this speech, so it was really engaging. And you actually did really great. One recommendation would be to now use the stage coverage so that it will be more engaging, and add a little bit of pauses so that we can relate and think about what is going on. We were very fast. And lastly, we had Toastmaster Dheeraj. What is the best decision that you have ever made? And he is very experienced, as we know, very confident and great speech. It was great. It had great structure as well. As per, I have no recommendation. Just one more. You can take a little bit more time so that we'll have more to hear. Otherwise, you did really great, and that would be it from me. One suggestion, one information I would like to share is that we allow only 2 guest participants in table topic. So if you might have not got chance, so really sorry. But if you want to participate in table topic and then make decisions, you can connect with our President Toastmaster Kritika or me. We can discuss about this. But yeah, we allow only two guest participations. Now over to Toastmaster.
Now I would like to invite our auxiliary role players, Toastmaster Tanmay Gramarian, to present his Gramarian report.
All right, I'll start with a joke, given that it was kind of a theme for the day. The past, present and future walked into a bar. It was tense. So that was my joke, by the way. So I thought I'll start with a light mode. I think that one thing I learned, that whenever you get any topic, if you start with a light moment, if you add humor, that could make the thing very lighter. Like Rahul rightly said, you don't need to preach always, and you always don't need to give a serious speech. You can mix humor, though it's very difficult. You need to prepare well. Today, you guys made my job very easy. I was listening. Grammarian means basically you need to open your ears and you need to have very attentive skill. But I saw a couple of good usage of words. I'll start with the word of the day, primitive. Two folks, they used this particular word, Bhavna, during her speech, and rhythm during his evaluation. We could have used the word more. I did a mistake. Actually, I didn't explain this thing that because a lot of guests were there in the present, I could say that whenever you use we need to thumbs up or encourage people to use that particular word. It's a learning for me. Now talking about my evaluation, Speaker Bhavna, I couldn't find except one area. I think she was talking about yoga and different steps. She said sitting on the mat, but it was a general reference. So on a mat would be more relevant compared to on the mat. She used a lot of good words like inner engineering, billing like onion, zen, different things. I really like that particular concept. Dipanshu. One thing I observed Dipanshu, like he was talking about past, and he was mixing sometime actually present tense with that, right? So of course for generic statement he can use present tense, but given that he was using past narrative, he could stick to past narrative, past tense thoroughly. He was using like we were eating and all, and sometimes most of the time he stick to past tense. He also used like word base test. This is informally we use, but he could use word like greatest, finest. Moments are fleeting. That's a very nice, basically set of words. Harjinder, I think Harjinder, overall I find speech quite nice grammatically. He used feedbacks. The feedback doesn't have plural. You can stick to feedback. He also used one line, he have experienced guidance. He could have said that, okay, I have experienced his guidance, right? Something like that. Otherwise, I think overall meeting was good. I don't want to create too many rules. Then the magic will go away. Overall, I found all of you are quite good with your grammar English. In fact, I learned a lot from all of the speakers. Thank you.
Good explanation by Toastmaster. Now I would like to invite our second auxiliary over there, Toastmaster Manish, to present his counter evaluation.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, I hope everyone remembered my song. Those who came actually late, they can actually go back and see the video. It was very good. And I will take that as a credit as well, because those who came early, I think they have done well. They have not used many filler words. So, again, welcome. Okay, so today I'll start with Joke Master Varun. So you have two so and one long pass. General evaluator Anurag, you have used 12 times, like you have used multiple times and you have taken long pause. Evaluators Sonu, you have just used one time. Speaker Bhavna, you have used 2 times. Yoga journey, you have said multiple 2 times, and long pause you have taken once. Evaluator Gaurav, you have taken you have said 6 times, so 3 times. Speaker Dipanshu, you have used 2 times, 1 Evaluator Rhythm, you have used 13 times, 1 and 2 times, so. Speaker Harjinder, so you have used 4 times, 1 times 1 times 1 times but and so. But majority of this came in the last 2 minutes only. In the beginning, there was no problem. Snehalata, you have used 3 times. Toastmaster Ankit, you have used 9 times. Toastmaster Tanmay, during table topic and evaluation, you have used 20 plus times. 1 but and 2 so and 1 long pause. Guest Peter, you have used multiple times, so that's the thing. TM Prithvi, you have used 3 times, 2 so and 1 long pause. TM Dadasar, you have used 3 times, but 3 times and multiple long pauses. Guest Gautam, you have used 13 times, so 2 times. TM Ankita, you have used 10 times, trying to use repeated words and one long pause. PM Dia, you have used 2 times, one and one you know. And finally, table topic evaluator Rahul, you have used 19 times, like, and one so. Thank you.
Now, in the end, I would like to invite our timer. After her, I am going to share my report as a general evaluator. So, Toastmaster Kaveri will present her timer report.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. So, Anurag took 2 minutes and Toastmaster Kritika took 4 minutes 14 seconds and Toastmaster of the day Kushi took 5 minutes for first half. And Varun took 2 minutes 30 seconds. And for the speeches, if I talk about, Bhavna took 5 minutes 8 seconds. And Dipanshu took 7 minutes. And Harjinder took 6 minutes 30 seconds. And evaluation, Sonu took 3 minutes 20 seconds. Gaurav took 2 minutes 25 seconds. And Rhythm took 3 minutes 10 seconds. And if I talk about tall teens introduction, Snehita took 10 minutes to 2 minutes. 10 minutes 2 seconds. Sorry. And for table topics, Manish took 1 minute 20 seconds. Tanmay took 1 minute 30 seconds. Arushi took 1 minute 20 seconds. And Ankita took 2 minutes. And Divya took 1 minute 34 seconds. That's it. That's all.
What a wonderful meeting. I personally really cherish. What about your experience, guys? Did you enjoy this meeting?
Yes.
Great. So, the meeting was started on time. Kudos to Sergeant Gopal. He did a terrific job. And
Who is he?
you all are aware about it. Now, as I noticed, there is no crosstalk during the meeting. This is good thing. But there, like, one time phone was rung, so she might forgot to put it on silent. Second, talking about Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Kushi. She did a terrific job. I personally really impressed. Her whole, like the way she introduced in the initial phase the theme chosen by her, it was flawless. Now come to our guest speaker, Toastmaster Snehita. She is like very well experienced speaker, so no feedback for her. She is very good. About table topic master, Toastmaster Ankit. Selection of topic was good. Topics were precise so that anyone could easily understand and find himself into the movement. Now, talking about our evaluators, Toastmaster Sonu, she used CRC approach, commendation, then she gave recommendation, and in the end, one commendation. One recommendation for her is voice could be a bit louder while she was emphasizing on few good points. So, talking about Toastmaster Gaurav, his report was really detailed, and only thing, one recommendation that I would like to give is eye contact, because like he was, what I noticed, he was maybe focused on this area only, so I think it could be improved. Toastmaster rhythm, I didn't find any issue except stage movement could be involved. So now table topic evaluator Toastmaster Rahul. I really like he covered everyone in the given time and also present really concise and precise report. So we did really well in that end. Talking about our grammarian, what I personally noticed, like, is I think out of time, and he, I think he might have some content to share. So I think it took some time in the initial phase more. So it could be reduced, and rest is like I really like. Now come to our counter report. It was good. He covered every person. And in the end, timer report is also fine. But only suggestion is that I didn't notice she is using green card. She only used yellow and red. So this is suggestion for her to use green card also. Now in the end, overall meeting was really good, and I hope you all enjoy this meeting. In the end, I would like to invite, I think voting link is shared with you all. So please give votings to today's speakers and all the auxiliary role players. Till then, I would like to invite our Toastmaster Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Kritika.
Huge round of applause for each and every role player, table topic speaker. First of all, I would request, before I test your attentiveness, please just vote for take 30 seconds and vote in the voting form. Yes.
What's the link of it?
It's in the guest room. If Ankit, please show the QR code. Okay. Any of the members? Yeah. For the guests, please, members, please show them the QR code.
My phone got switched off.
So by that time, let's test how many of you were listening with full attention. A few small questions from the entire session. So first one, from which please raise your hand and tell. From which foundation or NGO did Bhavna did her yoga training?
Disha Foundation.
You were bad one. Attempting that. Who were the two friends of the Panchu? Chiku and Chiku. Chiku Tiku. For everyone who shared jokes, who were they? Who were the jokes based on? Elderly people. Now coming on something which we learned today from Toastmaster Snehalata. What are all the last small pointers which she told for tall tales, for preparing for tall tales? Yes, please.
Be creative.
Just one, maybe.
Be creative.
Creative.
Integrate fiction with non-fiction, like exaggerate.
Sorry.
Fiction and non-fiction.
Yeah.
Integrate that.
Fiction
Yeah.
and non-fiction.
Try humorous.
Sorry.
Be humorous.
Humorous.
Using props.
Using props.
Exaggerate, but to some extent.
Yeah.
Don't go too hyperfictional.
Not to be too artificial.
Don't use Modi and UFO. Don't use Modi and UFO in this.
True. And just go bizarre and be as creative as possible. So the next meeting, we are having a tall tales competition. Basically, you have to prepare a 5 to 7 minute speech, but
3 to 5 minutes. It's 3 to 5 minutes.
3 to 5 minute speech, but I think Snehalata also mentioned 5 to 7 minutes.
It's 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay. 3 to 5 minute speech, but it should be a speech where you exaggerate. You can choose any topic of your own, but keeping in mind all the points which Toastmaster Snehalata just mentioned, and she was bang on giving examples as well, like paying 25,000 for a session. And truly, I was thinking, okay, this is a good start, because she was using me obviously me and Ayush, because I knew that was not true. But what a good start. And she was saying so confidently that yes, I got 25,000 bucks. Anyone would believe. So just please prepare for that. And it would be a proper competition. We would be having contest chair. There will be 3 judges, sergeant at arms, timer, and we will be taking nominations. If anyone wishes to nominate themselves today itself, please do nominate. Can I have a raise of hand quickly?
This is for next week.
Only members can participate.
This is for next week.
This is for next week, not now. Yeah. This is only for members to participate. So no guest would be involved in this. So we'll be taking the nominations post the meeting. I'll take down your names. With this, I think you were quite attentive. And let's move on to the results. Are the results ready? Before that, by the time we get some results, let's move to the guests. Yes, Ayush. I don't think we had your introduction as well. So yeah. Okay.
I have come to new week. So do you want me to introduce myself or do you want to start with the?
You can start.
So any day, this is not my first meeting. I had, as many of you might be aware, I was in ex-Gabriel. Gabriel's club is just the same Toastmasters club, but for minors that is 18 below. So 8 to 18 is the general entrance that you have for Gabriel's club in case anyone is interested, or some of the siblings or some other relative. I guess